guys, we're back on the Cape, and looking forward to being down here through Monday and Tuesday. Got to go back Wednesday, but Monday and Tuesday are going to be absolutely glorious sunny days, temps in the 60s, and we can finally get that work done up on the deck. And as for this, that tarp is perfection. So, all right, let's get the tarp off and get some work done around here. Hi guys, back aboard Little Girl, finally. So, we've got, as I mentioned a moment ago, we've got 2 absolutely glorious days. And I'm finally going to be able to get some work done up on that foredeck. I got some holes to fill where the old block at the bottom of the mast used to be, and I've moved it over the side of the mast instead of right directly behind the mast. Those are holes that I'm going to get filled with some Marine Tex. I've got it downstairs. I've got it all ready to mix up. I'll probably get to that tomorrow. In the meantime, something kind of different has happened. My brother, after all these years, I think over 30 years of owning Slipaway, his sailboat is a 23-foot S2. He's giving up on sail. I must say that my initial reaction was, I just was disappointed and all that. But honestly, he's at a different place in life. I mean, he's younger than I am, but at the same time, he's got a lot of stuff going on, and he and his wife need to be able to have a place so that they can get away. And so he's looking at a 28-foot cabin cruiser, and already put a down payment on it. I'm hoping I get to go aboard. I've seen some videos of a very, well, an identical boat, and I wish him the best. I really do. I will miss that. I'm hoping that, I know that he will come and gladly join me for some sails aboard Little Girl. But in the meantime, we're down here. I'm going to go help him with something a friend of his has to get done tomorrow, but I'm hoping he can get over here and help me get my engine back up in the engine compartment, back in the lazarette back there. And, hey, it's just great to be back down with a couple of real pretty days ahead, and let's look forward to getting some work done aboard Little Girl, okay? Thanks for coming by, and I really appreciate all those that come and join us for my different episodes aboard Little Girl. Hope you will enjoy this one. Well, good morning, guys. Let me turn this around. Let's see, about 7:15. My wife came upstairs and said she's going to go for a walk at Dowses Beach and invited me, so I'm going to go. And then after that, we're going to go grab some breakfast at the Daily Paper, the local little haunt for breakfast around here. And then I'm going to get back because my brother's coming to pick me up to go do another project for a friend of his. I don't want to get into that right now. Suffice it to say, we'll get back here eventually. I need time for it to warm up anyway, and it is going to get plenty warm today. I want to get out my Marine Tex. I already got it out. I'm going to, by the time I get back, everything will be warmed up, and we're going to fill those holes up on the cabin top. They've got to be done. I want them done and sand it out anyway, so that when I get ready to repaint the cabin top a little bit later on, in the spring, a little further into the spring, they'll be ready to go. And beyond that, I think we're going to reposition that double block at the bottom of the mast over on the starboard side, and kind of take a look at how we're going to feed those lines, the halyards, back to the cockpit back here. So we'll get onto that a little bit later today, but in the meantime, I'm going to go in to have a very pleasant walk with my wife over at Dowses Beach, and then grab some breakfast at the Daily Paper. Catch you guys later. back aboard Little Girl. My wife and I went and did the walk the beach thing and let her have her share of Douses this morning. My wife just loves going over to Douses. Mostly just does it on her own, but she invited me to come this morning, so I did. Then we went and grabbed breakfast up at the Daily Paper. But you'll notice I'm drinking another cup of coffee. Let me tell you something. Restaurants don't know how to make coffee. I mean, that was dishwater. It's just awful. So anyway, I came back to the house and made myself a really nice strong cup of French roast. And anyway, at this point I'm just kicking back because my brother's going to be here before too long, and we're going to go help that guy, a friend of his, a longtime friend, put the roof on his little shed. He's one of these prefab sheds, and he's got the bottom all built and the roof all built, but now he just needs help with 4 guys, I guess, lifting it up into place. So anyway, that's what we're going to do this morning. Then I'm going to be right back at this, and like I said, I'm going to uncover everything up topside on the cabin top and take a look and see what we're going to need to put everything in place and especially get the marine techs done, get those holes filled. And I'm just really anxious to kind of get these changes made. It's going to enable me to do some solo work this summer, and I'm really looking forward to it. So, all right, that's it, guys. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy my coffee, and we'll catch you guys a little bit later. Back aboard Little Girl. A bunch of projects going on this afternoon. I have my stuff up here ready to plug those holes, but in the meantime, I got downstairs and was getting a hold of my marine techs and a couple other things I want to use aboard the boat. And I glanced over in the corner and I remembered what my mom had said. I don't know if you guys are project oriented or not, but the corner where I have kept things is also a corner where she had a bunch of stuff, including an exercise, one of those, the things you get on over in a corner of your room and you just pedal. Okay, anyway. She wanted that out of there, and all my stuff had gathered up around it, so I got it up out of the basement, and I've been cleaning down there, and I still got more to do on that. See, I mean, if you're going to use somebody's basement, including your mom and dad's, if you're going to use it for storing stuff for your boat, you got to take care of it, and that's why whether I want to spend that time or not, it needs to be done. So I've been working on that, and also in the process, I ran across my water jugs. And I went ahead and filled a couple of jugs. I brought them out here to the boat. I want to go ahead, and now that we're past all the freezing and all that winter stuff, I'm going to go ahead and fill my tank, quote unquote, from my faucet in the galley here, and just leave it filled for the summer. It's not potable. It's not something you're going to drink, but at least it's something there we can use to wash your hands, wash dishes, wash whatever. Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and get that done while I'm at it. I already brought them out here, so I'm going to get that done. So anyway, eventually we're going to get to those holes. It's plenty warm enough. We got time enough. But, I got to take care of these other... The main thing, like I said, is just making sure that Mom's corner gets done down there to where it looks acceptable and it's not an absolute... piled up pigsty is what it had become, and that's my fault. So, all right, got to get to work. It's working. Ready for the summer. Well, this is going to be a kind of a what's new corner, a one-off deal. Okay, this is my carry-on bag. I bring this to the boat every single time. It's got everything in it. It's got brushes, sandpaper, steel wool. It's even got remnants of back when I did the overhaul on my kayak. My point is, this has become just a total catch-all. And frankly, I'm sick of it. It's hard to find anything in it. In the meantime, my wife is cleaning out the basement at our house up in Vermont. And she came across this thing I'm about to show you here. And I know where I got this, because I used to work at York River Yacht Haven. And I'm sure one of the guys in, at the Yacht Haven gave me this. And it is beat, and it is worn, but it's beautiful, okay? This is a rigger's bag from Bay Area Rigging Company. And I got news for you. well, in the first place, where I work, the York River Yacht Haven, is at the very bottom of the Chesapeake Bay. And, one of those guys must have been working for the Bay Area Rigging Company and just decided to throw this away. I'm sure one of the guys gave it to me, or I found it in the dumpster, whatever. It is worn, it's beat, but man, it is rugged. It is just one awesomely rugged piece of equipment. And so my wife threw it in the washing machine for me. And what I'm going to do is just take out the bare essentials, the things that I use all the time, and they're going in this bag. And the rest of that's getting cleaned out because I'm sick of having to hunt for everything in it. And just such a cool thing. I mean, I can't believe this thing survived. It was in a box getting ready to go to the dumpster, and I looked in there and I said, oh my goodness. Anyway, I love it. I love it. Bay Area Rigging Company. Okay, well, I've mixed this up 5-to-1, which is the prescribed amount of MarineTex to the amount of hardener that you put in. I got to put a good amount down in there. I've got all 4 holes prepped. All 4 holes here, and actually the other 4 holes back at the mast. I've got those prepped as well. So I need to push it down in there as much as possible. Let's get down in there, get down in there. I want to obviously get plenty down in there, but also leave it proud so that when I'm done with this and it hardens to the full amount, we'll be able to go ahead and sand it and right down to level. I'd used a lot of the MarineTex in that container, and I was concerned I might not have enough. But by the time you mix it 5-to-1, you got to take all the MarineTex out that you need, kind of estimating it, and then you mix in your hardener and just mix it up real well. You got the volume is there. You don't have to worry about it really. I mean, you got to estimate it ahead of time how much you're going to use. But yeah, this is looking good. Put a little more right there. Okay. All right, now I'm going to move over to the mast. So I'll be with you in just a minute. We're at the mast, or just after the mast step. This is a lot deeper ones here, so I'm going to push it down in there considerably. Now these holes came right through the cabin top. Just after I have this arch inside, this just solid fiberglass, and that's when the mast is stepped and all the pressure is downward, that this huge, heavy fiberglass arch is directly below right here, and this set of double blocks for the halyards, both main and jib, was just after the mast, so that when it came down, you could just peel them out and use them in kind of a decent way. Actually, I think Ryan was the one that installed these. He mentioned that at one point. So, anyway, but when I talked about putting running these halyards aft back into the cockpit, we both were exactly the same mind that, well, if we're going to do that, we need to get the double blocks that the halyards are going through out to the starboard. In other words, where they come down,
so that when they come down, they're not having to go underneath the boom, but out to the starboard and then run aft from there. So anyway, that's what we got. And at this point, these are done. All 4 are done. And the cool thing is, look how much I got left. Almost none. Perfect. So anyway, yeah, this came out well. I've got a little bit left on the stick here. I think I may go and try to put it on the ones back back there, just in front of the cockpit. So, all right, guys, that's it. We'll see how these come out. Let them harden up.
One thing about MarineTex, it is hard as nails when it sets up. I mean, it really requires a good bit of sanding. Of course, this is only what? This is 120 degrees. This is not strong enough. I'm going to go get some heavier grit here. I'll be right back. All right, there's some 80. This ought to go a little faster. Oh yeah. I'm not going to keep you watching this. Suffice it to say, I got a bit of a way to go here to get all these spots sanded down and get them flush with the deck. Cabin top, I should say. But yeah, this 80 grit is doing a lot better. Taking it down quickly. Get back to you in a minute. Good morning, guys. Out here on the boat again. Brother's coming before too long. I've already had to do some errands this morning. Kind of took me away from the work, but I've already begun sanding down those MarineTex spots up on the roof, up on the, cabin top. And, you know, I'm going to go ahead and finish those out, but something I discovered last night, I had my toolbox, my boat toolbox, on the floor in my man cave at home up in Vermont, and I'm almost positive that I took out both the double block and the spin lock that are necessary for the feed for the halyards to get them back to the cockpit. I think I'm almost positive I took them out of the box and just set them on the floor there in my man cave. I can't believe it. I have looked all over this boat. I've looked everywhere and cannot find the double block and the spin lock with the double sheaves to, you know, turn the corner to get it back to the clutches and so forth. So anyway, that project is probably going to be off for the rest of this trip. But I'm going to go ahead and get these holes that I plugged last night, the bolt holes, screw holes. I'm going to get those all sanded down and prepped so that at least they're filled. I won't have to think about moisture getting down in. And we can paint those up when we do the rest of the cabin top. So, all right, in the meantime, I got a lot of sanding to do, so we'll catch you later. Well, we got these all sanded out, both here and up on where the block was, right behind the mast. And these are all sanded out nice and smooth and ready to go for some paint. And like I said, when we get some warmer days, we're not too far from it right now. Get some warmer days, I'm going to completely strip this cabin top. This is coming off again, the tracks and the hatches, and everything gets painted right down to the deck. As far as the cabin top is concerned. So anyway, that's my schedule right now, my idea. But this was vital today that I get these done, and we're all done up right behind the mast as well. So, well, one more little project here. I got to move on. I'll let you know about the next thing in just a minute. Well, guys, it is now Tuesday afternoon. We leave tomorrow morning. And I finally got around to this other project, the little partition between the cabin and the area where the bilge pump and the battery and all that stuff are. And in the process, I was about to make the cuts because I brought my skill saw, I brought my jigsaw. I was about to make the cuts and I got a phone call. And when I got the phone call, the camera fell over, blah, 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 whatever. And suffice it to say, I didn't get any footage of that, and that's fine because I had to go take the call anyway. And then when I did get back, anyway, suffice it to say, it just did not come out well. So I'm going to show you what I got, what the cuts that I made, and what I'm going to do is take this home and do this, put this up against the template that I already cut. Let me turn this around. All right, so here is the plywood all cut to shape according to the pattern that I traced on it back up in Vermont. But the problem is you cannot put it all into place because it's too big without cutting it in half. Now you could take it a half at a time and go a half to starboard, a half to port, but when it's all one piece like this, forget it, you're not going to get it in. I can tell it's pretty close, like this, but it's going to have to be adjusted. Moral of the story is I'm taking this home to Vermont, and I'm going to take the template that I cut that is really, really good, nice and tight, good fit all the way around. And I'm going to put the template back on this, remark it, and adjust all the angles, etc., etc. So that's it for now. Sadly, this one's going to have to wait till we get back to Vermont tomorrow. In the meantime, that's a wrap for today. Like I said, I did get all the holes up on the top of the cabin all plugged and sanded out, and everything's ready for paint up there. All right, I'm going to shut down for now, and I'll be back a little bit later and tell you if we got anything else done. In the meantime, I'm just kind of stuck right here because I don't want to do any more on this until I can get to Vermont, retrace, and do some more cutting. So there it is. Guys, getting ready to put her to bed for another trip. Didn't get quite as much done on this trip as I wanted to, but that's the way it goes sometimes. I did get over to see my brother's boat, and I wish him well. Seriously, I do. And I've got a picture in this video of the boat that he is I think he's put a down payment on it, but it's not a done deal yet. He's still got to get his surveyor to come by, and then do sea trials after that. But he's pretty happy with what he's seeing so far. So, you know, after over 30 years, as I said, of sailing with him, I'm going to be sad to see him going on a motor launch, but motor, whatever they call it, it's a 28-footer. But you know, it's guys make their decisions, and I'll miss him. But I'm sure he's, like I said, he's going to come and sail with me, I'm sure. In the meantime, guys, I'm going to call this one a wraps. Thank you for coming by Restoring Little Girl, and we will catch you on the next time down. And as I said, the work never stops. I'll be getting right back into some of the projects we started here when we get back up to the house. So God bless, have a good one, and we'll see you the next time we come on down to the Cape.